What's going on, everybody? It is your friendly neighborhood gamer, PTK BLAM, back with another episode of the Shop Podcast, man. Another Thursday, guys. I know it's a little different today. We starting a little late, guys. I understand that I had to work today. Usually I'm off, so fucking had to work. Pretty pissed off about that, but we getting this shit done either way, guys. So once again, I want to just thank you guys for the continued support on the channel, the continued support of everything we're doing here at the Shop Podcast. I really appreciate you guys constant support and love, even through my big hiatus and everything, the ups and downs. I got some huge shit planned for this channel, man. You guys are just definitely wait and see, but definitely got some fire topics today. And I got a couple friends with me. Not everybody could be here. Shout out to my boy Fred, man. He was sipping that lean before the show. Got him nodding off, so he can't be part of this show today. But shout out to him. Shout out to Jarhead, man. He's out there taking care of his baby girl. So shout out to him. But I got a couple guys here with me, good friends of mine. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. We're gonna start with you, Live.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Live Y, and I'm back in the building, baby. What's going?
Live. That was pretty reserved, actually. I'm not used to that
shit. You expect him to go?
Yeah, dude.
Electrifying, huh?
when it's time for Live to talk, I turn my damn headset down a little bit, like just in case.
Yeah, I try. I'll be up there. I'm sipping on this Pepsi right now. I'm getting my hype levels up.
I got to build the sugar up. Okay, got you. So I got my boy Chuck too. Go ahead and shout out yourself, Chuck.
All right, what's up with you, Blam? Everybody in the live chat, I see you. What's up? This your boy Triple Cup Chuck. I'm ready to get into this game. You know what I'm saying? We came in this thing, I know, like about an hour late, but you know what I'm saying? We gonna make it worth everybody while. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be worth the wait. You know, greatness awaits.
For sure. Oh, what the hell? Did you just throw a Sony tag? I just realized what you said.
Hey, actually, that was me being sarcastic, but I guess it didn't, you know what I'm saying, land the way I wanted it to.
Comedic timing, G. Comedic timing.
Right,
anyway, guys, we finna get your shit popping. Got some great topics, man. Once again, guys, the chat is live, so if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. Shout out to She-Wolf rocking out in the chat. That's my sister right there, guys. Shout out to her and GKB, man. That's my right-hand man, the governor, man. I see you guys out there, man. Hopefully you guys can get back on the show sometime soon. I missed the hell out of you guys, so hopefully I can see you guys soon and talk to you guys soon. So anyway, we're going to dive right the fuck in. So let's jump this shit off, man. So first topic, guys, I really want to talk about studios closing this generation. As you guys know, Visceral Games, EA just shut Visceral Games down. If you don't know who Visceral Game is, they're the creators of Dead Space. So I was really hoping for another Dead Space generation, and I don't fucking think that's going to happen. So we've had numerous studios closing this generation. I mean, from Crytek to that's just to name a few. Obviously, Visceral. There's been a couple other ones that have shut down. Lionhead is another one. It's numerous studios from every platform. Sony, Microsoft. I think Nintendo's the only one that's not shutting shit down. But anyway, so I want to get you guys' opinion on why do you think these studios are shutting down? Why do you think this is the biggest reason this generation we're seeing so many talented developers shutting their studios down, not making these games that we want sequels for? So I'll start with you, Live. What do you think, man? How do you feel about that?
Man, it's money. It's money. It always comes down to money. That's why it's shutting down. I mean, think about it. We just complained about this with Fable, right? But if you think about it, Visceral Studios in the same exact shit. They've been making this game for who knows how long, putting all this money behind it, and it just couldn't support it. Now, everybody was talking shit about Microsoft when they was shutting down Fable and crying, and they was out there in the streets looking crazy, right? Oh my God, they still got the IP, right? They still have that. And what EA just said they're transferring over to another studio, right? If I'm not mistaken, they're just getting somebody else to another studio to work on it, which is no different than what happens with Microsoft. But it's just money, man. It just comes like sometimes, you know, like the gaming. I would, you know what I would equate it to? The gaming industry is no different or slightly different from what sports is, right? What are the objectives with a sports team? You build this team, you have a general manager, you build a team, and your objective is to try to build a team that becomes a championship team. Yeah, I mean, usually, right? That's what the objective is. Some people don't really care about that care about things like that. They just care about, you know, just making, you know, if it's good enough to make a little bit of money, cool, I'm cool with that. I don't really care about being the best. I just care about being, you know, decent, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes you might have aberrations for greatness, and you fall flat on your face, right? Like look at a team like my favorite team in the NBA, the Brooklyn Nets, right? Now, right now they're pretty shitty right now. They're just young and whatever. But before they had Paul Pierce, before they had Paul Pierce and they had Darren Williams and all those other guys, you know, they took gambles, right? They gambled on their future. That's why they gave away all those doggone draft picks that turned out to be Dame Lillard and freaking Favors and not John Wall. It was somebody else. I'm trying to remember. Titus, what's his name? The kid that's for the Celtics, what's his name?
Tatum, Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum is another Nets pick. You see what I'm saying? Like all these picks are Nets picks, right? But they gave them away to get Paul Pierce and KG, right? Two old guys, right? Yeah. But that's what they did. They gambled it, trying to win a championship. And sometimes, you know, sometimes you do those things, and sometimes they work, and sometimes they don't. You know, and
the thing about it though, Live, honestly, is that this generation has been a little different, man. I don't want to cut you off, but this generation has been a little different, man. Like as far as like, there's so many developers, so many studios now. The risk is higher now than it ever used to be. Like that's why you don't see a lot of these studios, you know, with these, especially, you know, AAA games aren't really taking the type of risk that we'd love to see because the risk is a lot higher. You gotta, I mean, these games have movie budgets. That's not something to recoup very easily. Then you got people like GameStop who come in and undercut you on a lot of times as far as some of that money you can recoup with the trade-in, things like that. Yeah. They kind of undercut you and take a lot of that money that you would normally be getting back, you know, reselling the games, things like that. So you can't really, I mean, even the games that are tried and true, like you know, I mean, who wouldn't buy a damn Dead Space if it came out right now? I think it would sell pretty well, but even in today's day and age climate, it's still risky, which is crazy considering a game like that with a pedigree like that. You know, even though the last one, I mean, I was kind of up and down about the last one, even though, you know, that game wasn't as good as the first two. I mean, they still, you know, this still happens, you know, and it's kind of ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what a big issue is nowadays in the industry that people don't talk about is, you know, live streaming video games. As much as we like doing it, it also hurts because some people just don't buy games for that reason. You know, there's a lot of kids out here. I mean, listen, man, I teach kids, and you know, sometimes they buy games, sometimes they don't. But it's very common to hear a kid talking about, "Oh, I watched, you know, such and such play this game." You know, be like, "Yo, do you have a console?" "Yeah, I bought it a while ago." "Well, why didn't you buy the game?" I don't really want to play the game. I just rather watch other people play it. I just like, what is the fun in that? I mean,
but if somebody look at a game like that, wouldn't they? If they weren't gonna purchase it, I don't think they was gonna purchase it anyway. So it's either they watch it or they don't watch it. I don't think they would have purchased it if it wouldn't have been on Mixer or Twitch.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's almost double. It goes both ways sometimes. Sometimes Twitch, you know, watching the, you know, Twitch or Mixer, you watch the game there and you might want to buy it. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, people just, you know, they just rather bypass it. Like, think about this. It depends on the type of game you're talking about.
Yeah. Because a game like PUBG really benefits from streaming.
Exactly. But why is that? It's multiplayer. See, a multiplayer game can blow up from live streams because guess what? You can watch as many live streams as you want, and no one will be exactly the same because everything changes once, you know, you go restart and you jump back into the next match. Single player game, if you watch one person's, you watch them all. Now the commentary might be different, but everything that happens in that game is going to be the same. And that's where, and those are the games that really suffer. Think about it. Those are the single player games are the games that are suffering. It's not really the multiplayer games. And case in point is a game like Rainbow Six Siege. That game bombed when it came out.
At the gate.
Bombed. Everybody was like, this junk is dead on arrival. Nobody cares. And then what happened? A year later, it's in the top 10. And then it's been in I don't know if it's still in the top 10, but it's been up there for a long time. And it's because of multiplayer. Because there's a reason to go back. As much as people clown about, well, you know, they need more single player on Xbox, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, that's all well and good, but to be honest, that's not what Xbox issue was. They didn't have multiplayer. Think about it. They didn't have a lot of multiplayer other than Halo, Forza, and Gears. That was it.
Yeah,
That's really all your multiplayer. We didn't have any new experiences with real multiplayer as of yet. Now we're starting to get them. I mean, aside from the the multiplats, but I'm just saying like they're main exclusives. Because Dead Rising is a co-op game, but it's not really multiplayer.
Yeah.
And what was it? Rise is the same thing. You only can play with another person. Same thing. So, I mean that's the big thing right there. It's like if you're gonna do live streams, then I think it benefits multiplayer, but it vastly destroys single player. Man, it really hurts it.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Good point.
Agree with that too.
Yeah, I agree with that too. So Chuck, you want to elaborate on that, man? I agree with that too, for the most part.
Why the studios is closing down?
Why do you think that these studios? I mean, Visceral Games. I mean, it's kind of out of nowhere now. We don't know like the ins and outs of the situation. It could be because Lionhead Studios is a little different. They took a long time. Microsoft dumped a lot of money into that game to get it done.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, they couldn't meet deadlines, and the game kept changing. I don't think Phil liked the direction that the game was going in. A lot of people, I wasn't in the alpha, but a lot of you guys were. And a lot of people like really enjoyed the game or thought the game could have been better. You guys remember because we found out it was like a free to play or some shit like that it was a huge backlash. Everybody wanted a true Fable, but I felt like Microsoft didn't really like the direction of the game when they put a lot of money in that shit. So that was more of a business decision. Like, look, we don't really like the way this is going. We're gonna switch gears or switch lanes on this whole project. Now, Visceral, right. I'm not sure if that was the same situation. So go ahead, Chuck.
I mean, me personally, I think it's more about, I guess, like optimizing, like instead of having all the, spending all these money for this big developing company, which all these people and stuff like that, and they looking at like, okay, now they might have, I don't know how many people that's on the team, but they might have like 100-man team, but out that 100-man team, 20 people out their team is really working, and on the other 80 might just be like just riding a wave and getting paid for nothing. So they gotta say, okay, well, what we could do is we could cut the fat and just keep the people that's actually doing something instead of just and then closing the whole studio down and just kind of like take all the people and just add them into these other studios where they see fit. They say, okay, well, we could take this studio, close it down, and this person here might be good at designing grass. Okay, this game here need a designer for like background and grass and trees and stuff, and they could have just did it like that and say, okay, well, we got this other team, they can make the next Dead Space. Mm-hmm. So the game ain't gonna, I think they still can come out with the game as but I think they're just taking the teams and just kind of like making the best, keeping the best of the best to make the teams, and that way they saving money. To me, it's more of a good business move. And with GameStop, I mean, I feel like if they'd have made it this far in the industry with GameStop and beating the game down for so long, and like right now, a lot of people is just really starting to wake up from there, and more digital games are being sold. So I think it's not really on the GameStop behalf, because GameStop is almost like Blockbuster. They dying. They ain't gonna be here too much longer. Yeah. So I know that they know that, GameStop ain't gonna be killing their sales that tremendously no more. But like you say, gamers and the cost of games is going up, and people complaining about in-game transactions, and it's a whole bunch of love and hip hop and type stuff that's going on in this gaming industry right now. So I'm guessing they just trying to ride it out and try to see and try to optimize as best they can.
Yeah,
they're a big corporation. Yeah. So
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I mean, it's good. It's good businesses. You got to evolve. And if you have it's almost similar to what happened with Black Test. When they first started out, they were working on that other game, and then they had this smaller team and say, you know what, we're gonna move these guys, create a smaller studio coalition, and we're gonna move a couple different teams and have them work on Gears, and we're gonna get in their own space, get in their own game. Obviously, Gears of War is a huge ass game, so that wasn't going anywhere. But Microsoft kind of just reallocated the teams and said, okay, we're gonna move you here, move you there, and we're gonna have you guys work on this. You'll create your own little situation. Ended up being a coalition, and we'll take the rest of the guys and work on something else. So it could just be like a restructuring. Maybe they didn't really get rid of anybody. Maybe they just restructured and moved people around it to see, be more efficient. You got to run a business.
You know what's interesting? I think that another reason why a lot of these games struggle is because the ambition of the game, right? Look at the game like Fable. It had crazy ambitions for it.
Yeah.
And but it struggled and it didn't come out. Then you also had a game like what's the other one? Scalebound. Another one's crazy ambition, struggle.
Oh, yeah.
It couldn't come out. Then you have another game like Sea of Thieves, Crackdown. Right, these games got slightly delayed. And the thing I'm noticing about games like Sea of Thieves, whereas I see similarities between what's Fable Legends, right? As far as, but similarities and differences, right? Fable Legends had a big issue as far as it was in beta for a long time, right? People got a chance to play it. People that liked it. People that didn't like it, and they never really changed their mind about it. And on top of it, it was hard to sell people in the industry on Fable Legends. They didn't give a fuck about that game at all. Whereas Sea of Thieves is different. Been at E3 2 years in a row, and people flock to that game. So right now, Sea of Thieves doesn't have an issue like Fable Legends has as far as getting interest, right? But their system and the way they're building it, making sure the mechanics work and all that stuff, they're still kind of following the same guidelines as they were trying to do with Fable Legends. The only difference with Fable Legends is the game was so big and so ambitious and cost so much money, but at that point, nobody gave a fuck about it. They just were like, man, is this even worth continuing? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas Sea of Thieves, there's that interest, and we know people want to play this game.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point about the differences between the two games. Though there is definitely some legitimate hype and excitement behind
Scalebound. Except for we know that Scalebound had its foundation was fucked up. The thing about when you're designing a game, it's you have to have a strong base. Your foundation has to be strong when it comes to coding, because if you code and your foundation is fucked, or if you if you're building it one way and then you're trying to switch it or add something in that wasn't planned from the jump, and now you're trying to shoehorn it in, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it can really fuck up the other code. It just happens. I mean, it would be something simple as far as you building a website and you try to implement Bootstrap, and you like, all right, I'm gonna fucking use Bootstrap to jazz up my website, and all of a sudden Bootstrap just fucks your whole shit up, and you're like, fuck, now I gotta run through all this code to figure it out now. And it might be one little thing that fucks it up, or it might be several. And then it might be a bunch of little things that fuck up the things that are more important to you. So you're like, fuck, should I just even go through the hassle of even trying to figure out this code, or just scrap this shit and start all over again? You see what I'm saying? So
Good point. There's a lot of good points there, man. So not only, guys, am I asking my two guests here, but I'm asking you guys in the chat, man, how are you guys feeling about that, man? So that was a great starting topic, guys. We just getting warmed up. That was just a warm-up topic. If it's your first time here, guys, we get pretty lit, pretty live here on the Shop Podcast, man. So we finna keep this bitch rolling on right to the next topic, man. So I want to get into this holiday, man. It's October. We're we're going into that fall season, Christmas time, Thanksgiving time. It's game time, baby. The biggest games come out in the last 3-4 months of the year. So I want to ask you guys, you two, and everybody in the chat, what are you guys' top 3 pickups? It have to be just games. It could be accessories. I know some of y'all out there getting that Xbox One. I'm pretty sure Xbox One X. Sorry, I'm pretty sure you guys are grabbing that. A lot of you guys, me too, including myself. But what are some of the games you guys are picking up this holiday? What you guys looking forward to? So give me 3 games or accessories you guys are looking forward to picking up. So I'm gonna start with you on Chuck. What 3 games or accessories, man, you picking up this holiday season?
All right, this holiday season here, okay, numero uno is the Xbox One X. You know what I'm saying? There's the Scorpio version. I got that one. Second thing is Assassin's Creed. I'm interested in that game. I'm gonna pick it up this holiday season, but that's like a game that I want to see playing on the X. So
Yeah.
I'll probably get both of those at the same time. So it's gonna be like one of those games where I ain't gonna get it the day when it come out. I'm just gonna wait till the Army come out with. I'm wait till the X come out, then get it, because I know if I get it prior to that, I'm gonna start playing it before that, and I want to play it on the X. So I'm gonna have that fresh for the X, and probably like 4s or 7 or something like that. You know, I ain't in those my 3 picks for this holiday season.
Okay, this light work. Okay, cool. Go ahead. Live with 3 games, three accessories you picking up, G.
Obviously I'm getting the X.
Okay.
What else am I getting? I'm getting Assassin's Creed. Well, you talking about major games, like big games?
Just anything. It don't even matter. Top 3. It don't have to be big games. Whatever you decide to get.
Yeah, I'm getting Assassin's Creed and Wolfenstein. I'm probably getting more than that too, though. Probably get I'm getting PUBG and Super Lucky's Tales. Yeah, just to piss some people off. They be like, "Where you get this Super Lucky's Tales?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I got Super Lucky's Tales."
Are we classifying that as an indie, or are we using the new single A word? Using it as a single A?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, okay. I guess it's yeah, but Wolfenstein is going to be probably the sneaky good game of the year.
Yeah, I got
that shit. That shit is going to.
Y'all like Wolfenstein?
I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you. I didn't even play the first one, but I'm telling you from the trailers. I'm looking at this game, and I'm saying, yo, this is going to be the shit. This is going to be like that roller coaster ride. Like it's going to be that single player, just like fucking shitstorm. Like from the beginning to the end, and everybody's gonna be like, "Yo, you play Wolfenstein? That shit's fucking nuts! Oh my god, what the fuck?"
Hey, cool.
I don't know. I to me when I see it, I don't like it.
Yeah, you gotta get the trailer, man.
You gotta watch that trailer, Chuck. Man, that shit fire, bro. So that may be one of the things that I'm picking up too, low key. So I guess my 3 would be obviously the Xbox One X. You know, your boy got to go ahead and cop. My wife actually asked me that a couple days ago. Babe, you getting the One X? Hell yeah, I'm getting the Xbox One X for sure. And Assassin's Creed, I really am interested in Assassin's Creed just because I applaud them for taking a year off. I really do applaud them for skipping the whole year, making sure the game was right. It's going to build anticipation. Obviously, that's one of the games that's going to benefit from being on the X. That 4K, 60 frames, that shit gonna be so buttery smooth. It's gonna be crazy. I think the world is gonna be massive. I think the game is gonna be as big as any other Assassin's Creed game. I love the fact that it's in Egypt too, which is I got tattoos all over my arm, like Egyptian hieroglyphs on the top of my arm and shit. So I'm really into Egyptian culture, history, things like that. So that enthralls me too. He did mention Super Lucky Tail, which is great. I think that's gonna be a great game.
I'm playing with that motherfucking fox.
I think it's gonna be a great game for the kids, and I feel like Microsoft low key, if that game, I don't know how you guys know how much it's gonna be. Is it $30? $29.99. Okay, so it's essentially about a double A. $30 is about
$30 right. Minus a penny.
Yeah, so if the game comes out, and I don't know how long the game is, I don't know how challenging it is, but the game, they got a great character. You got a great, nice little character for the kids. That's something you can build behind. So if the game takes off and it ends up being a really fun game, who knows, man? That'll fuck around and be another flagship franchise under their belt. So I'm gonna grab that. I see a lot of shit in the chat too. Wolfenstein, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Chuck, I'm trying to tell you, Chuck,
man,
that game. Chuck, you gotta take another look at that trailer if you didn't get a chance, bro.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Tell you.
Yo, listen,
I watched it. I don't know.
I don't think you've seen what I seen. I was watching the trailer, and I'm like, because I'm like the first Wolfenstein looked okay, right? It didn't like none of the trailers were that amazing, but I'm watching what the dude is doing, like the weapons this motherfucker has, and the shit he's doing with them.
Yeah, shit crazy, G.
Yo, that's
are we getting 4K enhancements on that thing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And like, yo, and the crazy thing is he was riding a motherfucking one of them big ass dog shits. And that wasn't even the craziest shit. The craziest shit was when he was running around blowing people's arms off. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Yeah.
That game was crazy, Chuck. But was you like sleeping or something when you watched the trailer?
Fuck yeah.
No, to me, it looks like how Doom look. It give me that same vibe and that
Doom
same
was
feel.
great. Doom was great.
See, I mean, I know a lot of people like Doom.
I'm pretty sure it's 60.
I don't care for Doom.
Oh, okay. So see, I got you. I got where you coming from.
Yeah,
I get it.
it's like
was low
Doom, but
key.
it's not. I mean, I don't know. It's not. It's more of a story than Doom, though. Doom didn't
Yeah,
really have a story,
Doom
though.
didn't really have a story yet. Doom was just a fucking super fast, fantastically made game. I mean,
You know what it kind of reminds me of? It reminds me of Mafia 3, right?
Hold
That
on,
kind
no,
of setting.
hold on, what? Nah, I fucks with that Mafia 3.
Nah, but you remember like the setting of Mafia 3 is like, I think it's around the same time. I mean, obviously it's an alternate universe, but it's kind of like the same time period.
Time frame,
And
yeah.
It almost has the same kind of art style if you really think about it. Because it doesn't have like Doom has like that kind of like, you know, when you shoot the dudes and blow them up, all the, you know, little
the guts and all of that shit, really
not
graphic.
the guts, but like all the, you know, the what was it, the health and all that comes out of them. That shit you don't see all that shit in
yeah, look to me
in
look
Wolfenstein.
like a old you know how them arcade games used to be.
Exactly. It's more
kinda,
arcade. Yeah. Whereas Wolfenstein, you got to kind of go get health packs and shit like that, like on some regular shit, you know.
And like you said, there's more of a underlying storyline to it. There's a whole storyline as a central character. Like there was one in Doom too, but nobody really gave a fuck about what was going on with him. You just wanted to run around and shoot shit. So, but yeah, there's more of a storyline in Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell you the story of Doom other than he escaped and he killed shit.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, honestly, when you play Doom, that's what you were playing for. The weapons, the gore, things like that. You didn't really even fuck about what was going on in the story. You could just shoot demons and devils and all kind of weird shit. So I love the game though. But yeah, so that's the three things I'm picking up this holiday. Once again, chat, let me know what you guys are getting.
See you.
Yeah, I see you, AK. Yeah, so I got shout out to AK, man. I gotta hit her up, man. So, yeah, she's new. I don't want to say new to the Xbox community, but I just met her today through Xbox Mania. Shout out to Maniac too, man. I'm hitting your boy up. So I'll be talking to her a little bit later. But anyway, moving on, guys. So this is a cool little topic, man. I know you guys got some favorites, okay? Everybody knows that like this generation, we got some great games by some great developers. What has been the best developer this entire gen? Best studio this whole gen as far as the games they put out being consistent. Like what are the best studio? Now this is for you guys in the chat too. I already kind of got my pick in my head. So we're gonna start with you on this one live. What do you think's been the most consistent best studio thus far? It doesn't matter what platform, Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft. Shoot, man, shoot.
I would say you mean like Turn 10 probably.
Okay.
Because I when it comes to Turn 10, I include them also with Playground, because Playground, yeah, they do Horizon, but those cars and all that model and those models and the sound, all that shit comes from Turn 10. So you can't just be like, oh, Playground does it by themselves. No, they don't. Yeah, they get all that shit from Turn 10, and then they build the open world, and then they do their mechanics.
I don't know if you know, but the Playground got a lot of help from the Gears of War studio in for Forza Horizon 3.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. Well, because most of those, they talk about most of those studios, because they also got help from Sea of Thieves with the water in Horizon.
With the water.
That's why they got the water looking all good in the ocean for Horizon 3. So I would say Turn 10 mainly because if Naughty Dog had another project, probably I would say Naughty Dog, but they really only had one game come out. Sure. I don't count
that other little spin-off shit that they put.
I don't count The Last of Us, and I don't count the Uncharted collection, because those are really just ports from PS3. So that they didn't make that shit this year. So it's really, I guess you could say, they did have Legacy, but the thing is, that's really two. You talking about 2 games versus was it 5 games?
Yeah, 5 every year since the gen started.
And then the lowest rated game was like a 80 something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like mid 80s. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you can't really beat that shit. So I would go with them. Okay.
Cool. All right. I guess I'll go next and we'll leave Chuck. That's Turn 10 is really hard to say because they've been the consistency from Turn 10. Every year the game gets better and better and better and better in different ways. Not only graphically, just the shit that they throw in, the amount of shit that they throw in. They've been probably the most consistent. Now it's kind of hard for me to say because this studio has only made one game this entire gen, but I think this game by far has probably been the biggest surprise. You already know where I'm going.
Once you said they only made one game this whole gen, and you were like, "It's the biggest surprise." That's true.
Well, I want to say biggest surprise, but it's not. It's probably one of the best games of the time, if not the best game.
Nah, I feel you.
And that's the people that did The Witcher 3. The studio's name. I'm trying to think of the name of the studio. Good lord.
Yeah.
Witcher 3. What's the studio's name? I just literally had a brain.
CD Projekt Red.
CD Projekt Red.
Yeah.
CD Projekt Red. I feel like that game, like the DLC, from the DLC to the actual game, every single minute detail of that game was well thought out and executed perfectly. Like, you couldn't have. That game sold like crazy. It was a critical hit. It was a commercial success. Like, I don't think another like full complete game has maybe come this close this generation. Really, in my opinion, from single player to they got the nice little Gwent spinoff thing. I don't know if you can count that. It's more like a little playing card game, but that's also a lot of people like that too. But if this Cyberpunk shit comes out whenever it decides to come out, and I'm assuming it's gonna be huge. Because I mean, they're like $1 billion company now, just off of one damn game. So, if that game drops and it's as big as Witcher 3, I don't really think there's really any debating it at that point, man. I don't know how long it's gonna take for Cyberpunk to come out. I don't know if we even got any even idea when that maybe another 2 or 3 years probably.
Yeah, that was a 2020 game right there.
2020 game, yeah. See, that's what I'm thinking. Some 2 or 3 years probably from now we'll get that, but. I think CD Projekt Red, just because of the quality, the consistency, the DLC was better than a lot of. If you just took away The Witcher and just dropped the DLC, that was better than just about every game that came out around that same period of time.
You ain't never lie.
So when you say that, it's kind of hard to bet against them. So that's my pick. But go ahead, Chuck.
Yeah, The Witcher is a damn good pick. I got to give it to you. I mean, Live took my first choice, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but at the same time, you got to think about it. You can't go wrong with Turn 10 because, you know what I'm saying, they pumping them out. If you want to just go with that every other year, they coming on time. Like, they never miss out. But since you want to go Juggernaut, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to have to go for the throat. And I have to go with Rockstar.
Oh.
I mean, it don't get no. Like, that's the juggler move, right?
They sold the most. Man. I don't know if they're.
Yeah,
but you know why? Because that game's not even this gen game. That's from last gen.
Hey,
that shit was popping. Wasn't that shit popping last gen? Like, I'm trying to remember. The online had just came. The online just came out, right?
Yeah, it came out at the end of last gen.
Yeah.
But you can say, but at the same time, they got I'm about to call it the Hell on Wheels, but they got what's the cowboy game?
Red Dead.
Red Dead.
Right. Good point. I forgot all about that.
And that's
about that. Yep.
You know, if I had to go with somebody, I want to go with, you know what I'm saying, the team like that. But if it's just about games, that's what I have to roll with, because man,
true.
You can
that GTA 5 ain't going nowhere, because that shit been in the top 10 for like 8 years now. That shit is ridiculous, bro. That shit crazy.
Right, and they still in the top 10. Matter of fact, the top 5.
Yeah, top 5. And then Red Dead Redemption is gonna come out and probably blow the doors right off and shit too, and that's coming this year. So see, you got me on that one, Chuck. I thought I had a good ass pick, man. I see Snake Eye saying Bethesda. What you guys think about Bethesda?
They're not a studio, they're a developer, right?
They're well, I guess developer.
They have multiple studios within Bethesda, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Do they? I don't know. You guys.
I don't think the same team that makes that makes Doom makes the Fallout.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know. Let us know down in the chat,
teams under one umbrella. That's I think how they do theirs.
Either, but that's another good choice, Snake Eyes. So shout out to Snake Eyes. That's a good choice. But that's
hey, who make Nintendo games? I ain't never heard the developer
Nintendo make Nintendo.
Yeah, but you would think they had because like you say, the same people that make Zelda don't make Mario.
But it's still a Nintendo published game though. Nobody else makes that game, but they make that game. Like, they don't have another studio working on that fucking game. That's an internal.
Right, like how Sega is.
Yeah, like how Sega is, same thing. So I mean, I guess if you count Nintendo as a publisher, they absolutely probably they may even leapfrog Rockstar if you just count the entire company is because they do publish a lot of their own games. You got to go with Mario, Zelda, Splatoon, and they got a strong ass lineup too. So if you want to throw Nintendo in there, you can throw them in there too. I'm not the biggest Nintendo fan. That is well documented. It was your first time with this podcast. I don't fuck with Nintendo. Not this generation at least. So
hey, say Blam, and I've been talking about Nintendo, man. I've been seeing this on TV and on YouTube when I'm watching the little commercials. I've been seeing the 2K commercial, and on the 2K commercial, it is always got the Switch on there now.
Man, look, you finna get a watered down version of that 2K.
And but think about they don't got doesn't Sony have the rights?
That's why I was wondering, because I know Sony got the marketing rights, but Nintendo got all the commercials with 2K. Like every time I see a commercial with Nintendo. Why can't you see it on TV?
It though, to be honest,
I ain't seen it. Yes, I gotta check it out. I may just YouTube a commercial or some shit and see if it's Nintendo. So that's interesting though. That's interesting. So we'll have to wait and see on that shit, man. You never know. But so guys, it's the point in the show where I like to throw in that little wrinkle in the show. If you guys, it's your first time here, we go through some general topics, and I like to throw a nice little, off the top of the head type topic, man. So this week we got another fun one. The last week, I think the last week was the military one with Marcus Phoenix and the Gears of War guys, and some of the people that would train you had one day for the military. So this one I got an even better one, man. So this is if you had one person to teach you karate. Okay, you had a week to learn karate. All right, the best you could possibly do. You have 4 different people that's going to teach you. Who would you pick? You got Ryu for Street Fighter. Okay, and this is for you guys too in the chat. You got Jin from Tekken. Okay, you got Jago from Killer Instinct, and then you got Liu Kang from Mortal Kombat. Okay, you can only pick one of them. Okay, you got a week to train to the best of your ability to be a karate master. Who are you going with to teach you karate? So we're gonna start with you on this one, Chuck. Who you got, man? You can pick one out of the 4.
All right. Well, Jago would be cool because how fast he move and how he string combos together, but you got to think about on the other aspect, saying you said Jin from Tekken, right?
Yeah.
All right. He pretty much got the same, he pretty much quick too, like how Ryu is. But me personally, I would have to go with the Dragon himself of Mortal Kombat, because you got to get the Liu Kang, and it's just something about him. He all of them fight pretty good, but Liu Kang will finish you. He'll kill you. So if you want somebody to train you, you want somebody that's going to be able to teach you all of the tricks, and then be able to turn into a dragon.
But I don't think Liu Kang could beat any of the other 3.
I mean, if he's a dragon.
Maybe if he changed to the dragon, but still, I think he's the and that's just my out of the 4. He's probably the weakest one. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I pick Ken. I mean, I pick Ken over Ryu any day.
Yeah, maybe.
What?
Yeah, I play with Ken.
You can't be serious. Well, you play with Ken though, but I'm talking about just for the teaching training aspect though. Ken is a goofball. He'd rather go shoot a movie than actually train.
Yeah, and I like that too.
Ken ain't worried about training. Yeah, so I don't know. So you're going with Liu Kang. So that's who you're going with. And Liu Kang, I think, is actually a good choice too, just because I think he take the training more serious. He's more cerebral too, like more serious. He got you ready to go, like spiritually.
Yeah, you lined King up. James, I'm tripped.
Shout out King James, man. Shout out King James, though. So, but yeah, so it's on you, live, man. You got 4.
Listen,
you got
I'll go with Ryu, and the reason being is I don't believe I'll be able to learn karate in a week. But if he teaches me how to shoot a fireball, then I might not need it. I'll just if I can shoot a fireball, yeah, I don't need karate, because motherfuckers just be like, oh shit, this motherfucker can throw goddamn fireballs. No, I ain't fucking.
He ain't the only one that's throwing fireballs though. You gotta think about it like that too.
That's true.
Wait, am I gonna be fighting? Wait, hold up. We never said I gotta fight motherfuckers throwing fireballs. We said if you gonna learn karate, you gonna teach you how to do some shit.
But you can't. You can't use him saying, "Oh, because he could throw a fireball," because you can learn a fireball from on 3 out the 4 of them.
Well, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I can learn. Yeah, but he throws the biggest, probably the hardest. No, but I'm saying he throws the biggest fireball and probably the hardest one to dodge. Like Jago's fireballs are easier to dodge. They come kind of quick, but they not really hard to dodge.
Yeah.
Not like Ken, not like Ryu's. His shit get big as hell depending on what game you talking about.
Good point. And
especially
how,
that Marvel versus Street Fighter shit, that should be retarded.
He can't throw no low fireball though.
All right, well, yeah. I mean, but you got to go to Akuma for some shit like that, you know.
Akuma would have been cheese. I can't do Akuma.
I mean,
unless you
Shadow Jago.
Yeah, if you said Shadow Jago, then I could do, you know. All right.
See, that's OP. So I can't. I had to pick
he is kind of OP
characters because I could have went Dark Ryu, same thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and it would have been a little cheese. So, all right, guys, y'all got your picks. You got Liu Kang. You got Ryu. All right.
Me personally, I really would have tried to learn how to fight from Spinal. That bony bastard is he's
All right, so man, I got my picks, man. Once again, chat, the shit is live. This question is for you two guys. So once again, if you missed the question and you just tuned it in, guys, it is who would you pick to be your karate teacher? You got 1 week to train. One single damn week, 7 days. You got Ryu, Liu Kang, Mortal Kombat. So who am I gonna pick, guys? I like Liu Kang. Just because I feel like he's a more normal. Like he really take the time to train you. I feel like Ryu'd have you doing some silly shit like standing on the mountain, like on your hands or something for like 6 hours or some shit like that, with no shoes on, something silly.
Oh yeah, you know it'd be torture.
Yeah, it'd be something crazy. Like here, hold this boulder with your feet for 2 days, and then come back down the mountain and walk back up or some silly. So I don't know, like something silly. Jin, he's a little crazy. Jin's a little crazy. I'm going with Jago. I'm gonna go with Jago on this one. It's not an easy pick, guys. I'm gonna go with Jago just because the combination, the quickness, the ruthlessness. I feel like he has a little bit of it all. Even the fireballs, if you want to go there live, he's fireballs too. I feel like he'd get a lot. I'd get a lot of shit done with him. Like even though he's probably really quiet, probably don't talk too much, but I feel like just watching him, taking the time, I feel like I learned the most from him out of the four. You know what I'm saying?
He got the smallest backstory too.
Yeah. To me personally, true. I think he'd be the hardest on you, man, because he don't even speak English. At least Ryan, you know he can speak English. That means that every time you do something wrong, he's just gonna be beating you with a fucking stick.
I'll just be purring.
You'd be like, what the fuck does that mean? Then he just whack you with a stick. What the fuck, man? Stop hitting me with bamboo, bitch.
Hey, but know who I wish you would have put in there? The other Ryu. Now, if you was talking about the other Ryu, oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I could have done that. Go ahead, Chick.
I'm talking about from what? Now I'm having a brain for it. Ryu out for the other Ryu, the one that did the ninja.
What?
The one
Ninja Gaiden?
Ninja Gaiden. Bam, that's it.
Okay.
That Ryu.
Okay.
I would have chose that Ryu.
Yeah, he's more of a he's a ninja though. That's not really karate. Like it is karate, but it's not like he's more stealth. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
like
what's the difference between kicking?
But his techniques are different though. Like he's more stealth than anything. He teaches some sneaky shit like that he'd be good for another list, but I don't think he fits the karate list. I mean, these are like fighters head to head up. I mean, he's a fighter too. Don't get me wrong, he fought some crazy ass shit, but he's more of a ninja, stealthy, quick. Shuriken sword type shit. It's not really like straight up karate like these other guys. So I don't think he could beat any one of them in like a head to head, just no weapons, just straight up karate. I don't think he win. I think he get his ass kicked. I'll be honest.
Matter of fact, which one he was in? Because I know he was in a game too, one of those fighting games.
I don't remember. If you guys know in the chat, let us know.
I think it was Dead or Alive. That's what I think. Dead or Alive.
Okay, he may have been in that one. I don't remember. Yeah, so shout out to Hebot, man. He just jumped in here too. Shout out to Xbox Maniac, jumped in here also too. Appreciate you guys coming rocking out with us, man.
What's going on?
Yeah, Dead or Alive.
Yeah, Hebot's my guy, man. He's a good guy, man. So, so you know what? That's pretty much the end of the topics that I had here lined up, guys. Now, I think I want to take one question from the chat. So everybody in the chat right now, if you have any questions, go ahead and throw them in there. I'll try to answer as many as I can get to. You guys know 60 minutes and I'm out. You guys know how the podcast rocks. So If you guys any questions that you want to ask us about anything recent or anything old, it doesn't really matter what it is. Just throw it in the chat. We'll answer them as best as we possibly can. We're gonna take more questions. And shout out to everybody coming out and joining the stream, man. And if you guys can share, subscribe, like the videos, leave comments in the comment section. Once again, guys, your boy's trying to get to 1,500 subs by the end of this year. So if you guys want to help with that and be a part of that, please share the video, tell your friends about it. Have them come check out the podcast too. I really appreciate you guys. So we're waiting on questions right now, guys. So any questions that you guys may have, throw them in the chat. Zink said, okay, no, he said that was something else. So yeah, let's throw them in the chat. See what else we got here. Oh, by the way, I got a question that it just happened today, guys. Did you guys get a chance to see that comparison for Shadow of War between the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro?
Oh, someone's in trouble.
Did you guys get a chance to see that?
I know, I ain't see it yet. What
I saw it.
What's the glory looking
like? Foundry tweeted it out.
Yeah,
oh man, it's
pretty bad.
Different. It's pretty bad. It's not bad. I don't want to say. Let me not. It's not bad.
It's a big gap.
It's a. Oh yeah. It's a pretty sizable gap between the two. They're like it's not really like. Now I don't want to misquote them, but just based on the information, just the headers and topics that I've seen,
you said it's
a substantial difference between the two. That's gonna be pretty. Yeah. All right. So we got a question here from Xbox Mania.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Line. Okay. Wait. So we got a question from Xbox Mania. He said, "Do you think the Xbox One X will outsell this holiday season?" Great ass question. And to answer that question, because it's you got to think about supply and demand. I don't know how many Xbox One X's that they have. Yeah, I don't know how many that they plan on like producing to actually sell this holiday season. I mean, they're still going to sell Xbox One S's, you know, so I don't know what the count looks like. And I know the Switch has been ramping up production as of recently. Cheaper. It's Nintendo. Bank on it. I'd probably say the Switch, maybe. Overall, will probably sell more consoles. By strictly the Xbox One X, the Switch will probably outsell it just because it's cheaper. It's it's already ingratiated in the gaming community. Everybody knows about it. It's Nintendo. It's a handheld. Kids get shit like that for Christmas. Maybe I just think if you're speaking of Xbox One X versus Switch, probably the Switch. You know, if you're gonna,
you know what? It depends on what people want. You know, because this is my thoughts on it. Right? Xbox just has more to play on it. Period. Yeah. So it depends on what people want. Like if you, I don't know, man. Like the Switch is obviously cheaper. Tough. It's obviously cheaper and it has Mario. So like the reason why you can't count out the Switch is because its demographic are children. Children get their shit during holidays. You see what I'm saying? So you can't really count that. Now, do I think that the X will sell it over a longer period of time? Probably, because gamers buy shit all year round. But then you also got to factor in how many of these units do they have available. That's a big thing.
That's a big thing because I don't know how many they plan on producing.
Yeah, because Microsoft may not, yes, it was sold out. It was sold out a couple of times, but Microsoft, they probably gauged and they'll know how many, like what's sold out for them, like how many more do they need to make, especially after the standard one went on sale. I think it was sold out for a little bit, but I'm pretty sure it's in stock now. You can get it fairly easy for the most part. So, man, it depends. It depends. Like $500 is a lot of money, but for a gamer, not really, because the gamer always make a sacrifice.
The biggest thing, though, that you said is just the kids get their games during the holidays. Most kids between 5 and 15 are gonna get all of their shit during the holidays.
And this isn't a child's console. Yeah. Now, what I do feel is a thing that could possibly put Xbox over the top is, look, there's a lot of people that already own PS4s that might want to come to get an Xbox, right? Yeah. And especially if they got a PS. Think about it, somebody who has a PS4, but not a PS4 Pro, right? They might feel, look, I don't need a Pro for PS4 because I feel that the games play well enough. But I do want the X because one, it's newer, and two, it's going to make all the multiplayer that I play anyway look a lot better. Now, that also depends on whether or not. Well, you know what? Never mind. I'll just say. I was going to say that it depends on if their friends buy the multiplayer, but if their friends are on PS4, they'll just still get the game on PS4. It's no biggie. But those single player games like a Shadow of War, like a Assassin's Creed, yeah, if you're not going to play that with your friends and you own an X, it would make no sense for somebody to go buy it. Like have an Xbox One X and you buy, Assassin's Creed on a PS4. Like that, I'll be sitting there like, well, why even own it then if you're gonna like what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like that shit is crazy. Like yo, I got a Benz, but I want to drive this hoopty to work. Be like why? Like unless you live in the hood, I mean, work in the hood. Why the hell you drive a hoopty to work? Like the hell.
All right, cool, good question. So I'm gonna save this next question for Chuck. I know you didn't get in on this last one, so this is our final question, guys. Once again, I want to say thank you to everybody rocking out with us here tonight, man. Appreciate you guys watching. So one last question from my guy Hebot. Shout out to Hebot, man. So he said, how do you feel about the Xbox filling in the platformer gap with Super Lucky's Tale, Cuphead, and Ori, and now people are hating on it for it? So what do you think about that, Chuck? They do got a strong ass platformer lineup. Ori's huge. Cuphead was a huge success, and then Super Lucky's Tale seems to fill in that platformer gap, with the children. It's more of a cartoony type character, and it's still a platformer. What do you feel about that, Chuck?
I mean, I feel like the point is still being proven that no matter what Microsoft do, the goalpost is gonna move like they playing dodgeball or something. Like anytime they throw the ball in the direction that they supposed to throw it in, the goalpost moves to the other side. So they can come out with all the platformers they want, and they're gonna get hate for like, oh, all Microsoft have is platformers now. But when they didn't have platformers, they're gonna say Microsoft didn't have platformers. That same thing with JRPGs, single player experiences, whatever they do next. You might say, oh, Microsoft don't have no multiplayer online games because they focusing too much on platformers and single player experiences and JRPGs. It's like it's no win for Microsoft, especially with all the trolls. But I feel like if you could bypass all of the people that talking all this noise and the media that's doing this negative stuff, they could bypass that. I think they actually doing a good job of giving gamers, true gamers, like like He-Bat, like you BLAM, like Live, and there's a bunch of other people that I can name. The podcast will be 2 hours long, so I'm just gonna say all of my gaming people, all the people that game with us, it just whatever they do, they're going to move it regardless. So just keep up your work, do what you do. I'm happy. I'm enjoying the games, from versatile of different games. So I'm just going to get what I like, and the games that I like, I'm going to play them, and I'm going to enjoy them, whatever the media say. They can give all the Xbox games a 1 out of 10. And for me, it's going to be worth every penny I put down on it. So, another thing too, I just want to just give my opinion on the last one. Xbox going to win.
Okay, cool.
Simple as that. I think with that, with those games, I think, they get hate because they're not typical Xbox, shoot 'em up games. But at the same time, I'm sitting there like, well, during a holiday, like, look, man, there's too many games already, right? I just got Cuphead, Forza, and then I was just saying Assassin's Creed.
Wolfenstein.
What else is coming out? Wolfenstein. I'm not getting Star Wars, but if I wasn't getting one of those other games, then I would get Star Wars, right? And then you have
Call of Duty,
some other game coming out. I'm trying to. The Evil Within just came out. Shadows of Mordor just came out. You see what I'm saying? There's all these other games that just came out. So, like, my whole thing is like, sometimes it is good to spread the games out. Like I know a lot of people complaining, like, well, why can't Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, and what was the other game? Crackdown come out in the holiday. I'm like, because it's crowded.
Yeah,
it's too much shit to come out. Yeah. Like I remember I was listening to the Xbox Nation yesterday, and they're arguing back and forth whether or not Halo should come out around the same time as Anthem. And I have to agree with Mooch on this. That's fucking asinine to have it come out. I know people that, like, you got to understand, like, just because you're hardcore and you want that game to come out, it doesn't matter when the game comes out for you, because you're getting it regardless.
Yeah.
But when people sit down and have to choose, It's not good for gaming when they have to choose between two titles. That's like sitting there and think of this, like Star Wars comes out, and then on the same day, freaking the next Avenger movie comes out. Now, hardcore people gonna see both, right? If you're a hardcore Star Wars, hardcore Marvel, but if people have to choose, the average person's only gonna see one movie. So that means the other movie gets hurt. So instead of getting its own slot to really thrive, you're gonna see like a half and half, or whatever becomes the most popular is gonna just drown out the other. You see what I'm saying? So like,
and you get one other thing too, live too. I mean, for the hardcore people, it might not be about the money because you're gonna buy both, but you got one other main factor for the hardcore people, and that is so we can't escape, and that's time. You could get all these games, but you don't have enough time. We don't have enough time to play the games we got coming out this holiday season now.
Yo, Chuck, that is so true. Like to
Backlog
me,
is crazy.
Like think of this. Imagine if let's say not Halo and Anthem don't even drop the same day. Let's say they drop the same month. How, as a gamer, would that benefit me? I don't want that, because I want to get enough time. Like, say if Halo drops first, I want enough time to sit down and enjoy Halo and all this greatness, the single player and the multiplayer, before I'm ready to move on to something else, right? Like, I don't want to have to sit there bouncing back and forth between Anthem and choose. Like, then I'm not really getting a chance to really enjoy, the bulk of it like I want to. Like, sometimes you just want to be able to score backlog too. Because remember that happened to Halo 4. Halo 4 dropped. Call of Duty came right after, and before people even got a chance to really even get adjusted. See, the people that stayed on Halo and didn't jump the COD, those are the people that still to this day talk about they love Halo 4's multiplayer. But the people that, just jumped from the game to game, they never went back to Halo. They just went straight to COD. I forget. I don't remember which Call of Duty it was. It was Call of Duty something, but but
that's a good point. That's a good point. You gotta be careful, guys. We've talked about this entire generation, man. Even Halo, as big as the game is, I'm a huge Halo fan. We all are, but I wouldn't suggest that game coming out with Anthem either. I would suggest it being moved a little further, or Anthem being moved further away, whatever the case may be. Just because, like you said, our backlogs are already crazy enough. On top of that, if most people, we're not most people. For whatever reason, I don't know why. I guess we're the gaming community that we kind of dive into things head first. We forget that our world, in comparison to the actual real world, is very small. We're just a corner of the gaming industry, a small corner. So we're going to buy every goddamn thing. But a majority of the people this holiday are not going to have that same mentality for whatever reasons, financially, for time's sake, for all of the reasons Chuck was just talking about a minute ago. And a game like Halo or Anthem, you want it to spread its wings, especially since they're taking a break to make this next Halo. They're taking a couple years or however long they decide to take between the two to make the next one. I don't know if it's coming next year or the year after. However long they take to put the shit out, I'm okay with it. This shit can come out in 2019. I don't even care.
Because BLAM,
like,
you know what?
I'm completely okay.
What's real true is, think about this. What game did you just say was one of your favorite games of the year? Witcher, right? But that shit has survived coming out in the holiday. Hell no, that shit would have died.
I don't remember what came out that year during the holidays.
I don't think nobody could beat it. No, that's guaranteed.
Like The Witcher came out in May around Batman. It came out before Batman.
I mean, if it was in that holiday slot, what came out that year in that holiday slot? And like,
I think Witcher came out on 14, huh?
I think it
was it Halo? Was the Halo come out? Or was it Gears?
It was 4. No, it wasn't 14. It was 15.
15
because it came out the same year as Halo.
Okay. Because, so if you would have put it with Halo, do you think
Shadow of Mordor came out 14?
You think it would have been as big as it was? You think Witcher would have been as big as it was if it came out alongside Halo?
Nah, not Halo. It was like Halo, not Destiny. Destiny wasn't out. Destiny, but the DLC came out for Destiny.
But could you play it though? You wouldn't be able to play it though. That's the thing. If it would have came out the same time on Halo, you know what time would you have? Man, you know.
Yeah, and the Witcher is a slower game. Like, see, the thing is, The Witcher is a slower game, so you really got to invest time to kind of, and it coming out in May gives people, it's a little slower. Yeah, you're not really with the hustle and bustle of the holidays running around, so therefore it's easier to get into.
Yeah.
But like when you got all these run and gun action games coming out, and then you're like, no, I'm gonna just sit down. Yeah, there are people that'll definitely sit down and play it, but then they're gonna be yelling into the wind, like, yo, play this game, it's dope. And people be like, nah, fuck that. We play Call of Duty and Halo and shit and all this shit. And they're like, just try it out. No, fuck you. We're just single player. We're all multiplayer right now. You know what I'm saying? Like they go, and it's hard to really get people's attention because action movies really come out around May. Was it May? And then the end of the year. Right.
Well, May, June, summer, like beginning of summer,
yeah, beginning of summer, really the beginning of summer, and then they come out late in the summer, like Ragnarok. They come out in like November and sprinkle into like the end of December, right? Yeah. That's the new trend that they're kind of doing, right? So, like, you're not gonna put out a game, during the fast points of the year, like even with a game like Uncharted, they moved that shit out. Why fight with the big dogs when you don't have to? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, good point.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, good point. Good point. So, looks like, man, we're going to wrap it up. Shout out to everybody who was here, man. Hebot, Zink, James. We're going to go through the She-Wolf, Maniac.
Yeah, other Zink, what they is.
Yeah, who else we got in this bitch? Who else we got here? I don't want to miss nobody. I know we had a bunch of
Xbox
Maniac, the Snake Eyes, everybody watching.
King James,
Arwen, Spaghetti, my guy, Chicken Man, we got to touch base, bro. DM me, man, when you get a chance. She-Wolf popped in here. She's actually one of the first people in here, so shout out to her. Shout out to GKB. That's family right there. But we're gonna go ahead and wrap this show up, guys, man.
Driving the CRX, man. This shit is amazing. Forza 7 is the motherfucking truth, bro. Yo, that's a lot. I know. Forza 7. I'm telling you, man, this shit is so much better than Forza 6. And I really enjoy Forza 6, but this shit is amazing.
Anyway, guys, so we finna wrap this up.
Sell it, huh?
He damn sure do, man. Somebody get him a check. But let's go ahead and
wrap this up. Word that Ghost Recon too. Yo, get that. Yo, who's getting y'all got Ghost Recon?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Wildlands?
Yeah. That shit gonna be amazing on the X. It's all right now. But that shit's gonna be amazing on the what? Yo, can't wait, man.
We're gonna have to jump on that, man. But let's go ahead and wrap this shit up, man, because my wife is cooking. And I gotta go eat. I gotta go help with the kids. But anyway, guys, so we gonna wrap this up. Chuck, let everybody know where they can find you, G.
All right, you can find me on Twitter, you can find me on the Xbox, and you can find me on YouTube at Triple Cup Chuck, Triple Cup, one word, then Chuck. And you know what I'm saying, like all my subscribers, you know what I'm saying, on Twitter, just go on to YouTube, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, because, I like to talk back and forth with everybody, who converse about games. I love games. We love gaming. This is the gaming community. Let's all, get together and talk about games and keep it fun. That's the whole thing. Yeah. I'm not a person that's going that trip about little things, but let's just have fun. That's what I like to do.
For sure. All right, Live, let everybody know where they can find you, man.
Yo, this is your boy Live, motherfucking Y, and it was fun, man. Just came in here, talk about games, man. This is what we do. This is what we gonna be doing on Thursdays, man. So just shout out to everybody in the chat, yo.
For sure. And once again, it's your boy BLAM, PTK BLAM, the host with the most friendly neighborhood gamer. I got all kind of aliases. The general, everybody calling me something different. So anyway, guys, catch your boy on Twitter, man, at PTK BLAM, or actually it's my first and last name. Darnay Reddick on Twitter, PTK BLAM across all other platforms, man. Xbox Live, just social media. You just hit me up, man. I'm always down to play some games, man. I'm actually gonna start doing Mixer more often. Me and wifey been playing, doing some Mixer shit, so I'm gonna start doing that more often. I want to run an idea by YouTube, Chuck, shit today. I got a cool little idea of some.
We gotta think about doing a mixer team for Sea of Thieves or games like that, man.
Yeah.
Maybe even Ghost Recon. We might even start that shit with Ghost Recon or some shit like that.
We'll see, man. We'll get some shit down. But I want to make sure I let everybody guys know once again, thank you for this continued support. You guys are so awesome. You guys show up every Thursday. I know today was delayed, obviously a little bit later, and you guys still came in full for us. Appreciate the support. Once again, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Your boy's trying to hit 1,500 subs, man. I want as much people to see this content as I possibly can. I try and do something different every week rather than just talk about the same shit everybody else is talking about that you get all week. So hope you guys appreciate it, man. And we are out of here. You guys have a great night. Enjoy. Be safe. Take it easy. We're out of here. Peace out, everybody.
All right, peace.
Later. Shit, yeah.